The fall of an iconic copper stack at Port Kembla in Wollongong has brought mixed reactions from onlookers. The stack towered over the community for 48 years. Reporter Joe Hatcher was there when it fell.
I'm here in Port Kembla, where locals are starting to adjust to a bit of a different landscape. This morning, the iconic Port Kembla Copper stack was demolished. It's been standing here since 1965 and took just a few seconds to topple to the ground. It was just under 200 metres tall and had about 1,000 explosives attached to detonators inserted in it. The explosives were let off, which blew a wedge in the structure, causing it to topple to the ground. It was a highly technical operation this morning. There was an exclusion zone set up of around 300 metres around the stack. There are mixed feelings in the community about the demolition of this stack. Some have described it as an eyesore, as a threat to public health and also a cost financially to keep it maintained. But there are many people with fond feelings towards the stack. I spoke to one man who's been living here for 81 years. He saw the stack built and today was there to see it demolished. So whatever the locals feel about this stack, the demolishing of it has certainly changed the landscape here in Port Kembla.
For decades, it stood as a symbol of the Illawarra's industrial might. Today, it was reduced to rubble in just 11 seconds. The Port Kembla Copper stack came down with a bang, sending a massive plume of dust into the air. The explosion attracted a big crowd and created some pretty spectacular images. Louise Negline was there.
The Port Kembla Copper stack has towered over the Illawarra for decades, until now. It took just seconds for the 200-metre chimney to be reduced to rubble, and the demolition didn't disappoint. Hundreds of spectators had waited patiently to capture a moment of history. For 79-year-old William Nicholson, it was bittersweet. He worked at the Port Kembla Copper smelter for more than 40 years.
Will you shed a tear, William?
I think I might, yes.
An emotional moment too for John Manfredi, whose father helped build the stack.
I had a conversation with him last night and he actually had a bit of a tear in his eye, you know what I mean? Because Dad's 84 now and yeah.
After 50 years, it was time to say goodbye to the region's most recognisable landmark.
You drive down to the gong and that's the first thing you see, it's there.
But not anymore.
I think it's time. It's been neglected for 10 years and all the ideas, I think, came too late.
It's a shame they can't leave it up as some sort of landmark or possibly even as a support for communications, but apparently no.
Once the dust cleared, the operation was declared a success.
Everything has gone very much to plan, so PKC is very pleased to have brought the stack down safely.
Port Kembla's tallest industrial chimney is no longer standing, forever changing the landscape of the Illawarra. For many, it signals the end of the region's industrial era and the opportunity to look forward to the future. Louise Negline, ABC News, Port Kembla.